Here we are back again. Like, oh, they've got this across the bottom. I meant to get rid of that. Here it goes. Oh, nothing to see here. All professional. Welcome back. Warwick Mary here, triple certified, all the awards, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to talk to you about events, and there's one role that's so important, particularly in bigger and larger events that so many people just don't have. So many crews don't include it in it. And it is such a vital role. Now, some people do have the role. And for those of you who read the description, the role we're talking about is partnership relationship or partner relationship manager. Some people will have the role, but they're just not doing what they need. And it's not their fault. It's their humanity. The humanity sneaks in and gets them doing things that they'd much prefer not to. The good news is I'm going to share with you a few ideas on how you can A, have the role, and B, really crank the role up. Oh, yay, that's got to make you happy. So, the partner relationship manager role. This is particularly important if you have exhibitors or people exhibiting at your stand, at your show. Maybe you've got conference sponsors who have an exhibition booth. Maybe your show has a very large exhibition part of it. Here's the standard approach. We go, oh, got to have some exhibitors. And we email out the prospectus to everyone, and maybe we call up the old people going, oh, it's on again, give us 20 grand. And we'll get them to sign up. We get their money. We're like, beauty, we got them. And then they'll get emails from us going, don't forget to wear the safety shoes during bump in. And then they turn up on the day and we go, there's your booth over there. And then they leave at the end and we go, bye-bye, thanks for being here. Now, yes, maybe that's the extreme case. Maybe it's not quite that laissez-faire, but it often is. And that's the challenge. Exhibitors are paying big bucks and they get treated worse than the delegates. So how do we make sure that they become a partner for life? There's a real great concept called lifetime value of a partner. If we treat our exhibitors, partners, sponsors, whoever it is that's involved in the event as true partners, they will be with us for a long time. Part of the reason is because we will do the heavy lifting to prove the value of their investment. So let me explain what I'm talking about. This happens, like for us as consumers, it happens all the time. An example here in Australia is healthcare. You'll get healthcare and you'll pay hundreds of dollars a month. And then all of a sudden you'll see an ad going, oh, new people get the first 3 months free. And you're like, but I've been with you forever and paying you with this money. What do I get? I see it every time I log into my accounting software. There's always an ad saying half price for the first 3 months. I'm like, I've been with you for years and I get nothing. So how do we make sure we're looking after the people who are actually looking after us? Because let's be honest, with a lot of events, if we do well with our sponsorship and our partners, the delegates' fees are a cream, absolute profit margin for us. So how do we do it? Well, number one is we've got to make sure we have someone to manage the relationship, someone who gets them signed up, and then on a constant basis, we'll call them and talk to them. How's it going? How's your plans ready? We're 8 weeks out. Have you got a design sorted? Do you need some access to some different designers? And as part of your partnership team, you'll know some good designers for booths or graphic design or whatever. So we're helping them be successful. Because here's the thing, if they have a great show and do really well, the community is going to be a small community. They will tell us, this show is just the best. They have the great people. They have blah, blah, blah. So why not help them? Why not help them with some of their messaging? So it's like, okay, so don't forget, here's some demographics on the kind of people who come to our show. So if it's, let's say, a large female, large proportion of females, maybe target your messaging to females. Maybe if they're engineers, it's like, well, really focus on the engineering. Or maybe it's, hey, the high proportion of electrical engineers in the whole engineering subset. If that's your target market, what messaging is going to work there? Look at how can you really assist them to get everything all schmick. Even training. Here's the thing. Some of the work I've done in training up people for expos is it's hard to break through. I've been doing this for 20 years. Don't tell me what to do. Or I know what I'm doing. Every now and again, you'll get people going, this is amazing. We just thought we'd turn up. Because nowadays what happens is, and you know this, people turn up, they're on a booth, they're looking at their phone the whole day and go, people walk past and they get grumpy and come to you and go, people aren't coming to my stand. What did I pay all this money for? So if we can train them to be better performers on stage, if we can train them up front and saying, hey, how are you going to measure how this is worth to you? What sort of stats do you need to capture? How can we help capture those stats? Now, sometimes you'll have the gun that scans the barcodes. There might be some NFC tapping you can do. Sometimes the easiest thing is a bit of paper and just give them a template saying his name, number, whatever it is, so they can accumulate that information. Then during the show, why wouldn't you have someone going around, not during the breaks, because that's when they're talking to all of their prospects or their partners, but when things are a bit quiet, why wouldn't you go around with some bottles of water going, hey, I just want to bring some bottles of water for you, make sure you stay hydrated. How's it all going? What's working? What's not working? What do you need? I know when I've hosted trade show floors, we've been able to shuffle around the catering spots to help a bit of traffic flow. We've been able to do a few little things. Sometimes what we've done is worked with them and said, let's just change your display. This table at the front, let's move it to the back. These things, let's put them over here, because no one's going to know. And if you're there for 2 or 3 days, it gives it a fresh look. So why wouldn't you work with them to look at what can we do differently? If their signage isn't working, they could easily go to the local Office Works or Staples or whatever store, print out a few different things and just stick them to the back of the wall. Simple questions to which the answer is yes. Are you an electrical engineer looking for some ways to work things smarter? Talk to us. Because people look at that and go, yeah, that's me. So what are some of the things that you can do to help your exhibitors? And then one of the easiest and best times for one of your exhibitors to sign up for next year is this year, because they're in the feel of it. They're like, this is just great. Look at all the people who've come past. I've had a great time. I've got so many really good leads here. I've got to do this again next year. Give them a month, they'll forget they were there. So now is a good time to say, hey, would you like to sign up for next year? Oh, that'd be great. Not a major commitment, just $200, $300, $400, so that there is some skin in the game. Otherwise, it's too easy to pull out. Just sign up and get your details now. If you can get half of your exit, and I know half's a lot, but a lot of people do it because it's the same sponsors, supporters, exhibitors who turn over, maybe a form that says, are you interested in taking on the gold, silver, bronze, platinum, whatever level of sponsorship? So you've then got qualified leads to talk to. You're making your job so much easier by striking while the iron's hot. And then continuing throughout the year to manage those relationships. There'll be sometimes they'll say, we can't do next year, we've got other priorities. And they'll say, but we want to come back the year after. Well, that just becomes a whole lot easier to sell to because they know what the event is like, the kind of people that go there. And we're not talking about a salesperson who just does calls to get the sale. We're talking about a partner relationship manager who nurtures the relationship and continues to do it. These are such a vital role that so many organizers don't have. And it is a specialist skill set. That relationship manager skill set is very different to being an event organizer. And too often I've seen event organizers just say to one of their team, oh yeah, you look after the clients. But that's not the fun, sexy bit. And it's hard and it's a different skill set. So often they don't do it or don't do it well. It's vital for your event to make sure that you have someone managing those relationships. And it may be if your event's of a size where you don't have a great deal of those partnerships to be managed, that there is someone it is their part-time job. It's your job to make sure it gets done. It'll make such a difference to you, the success of your event, and to your bottom line. It really makes a massive difference. I hope that helps in terms of some of the things that you need to do. This is the kind of conversation that we have going on over in Making Events Awesome. So come and join us. Head over to makingeventsawesome.com and join that conversation that we talk about over there as well. And in fact, this is streaming to there as we speak. I know, right? Technology. Thanks for being here. I'll be back next Thursday at 9 a.m. All things going well. I must confess I've had to miss the last one because some stuff was going down, but that's just the life we live. So let's do this again next time. Thanks for being here. Here's the end of Stream Dance. Because, the stream cuts off really quick. Thanks for your company. See you next time. I've got to use shortcuts now. Apparently Alt-G will end this. Let's give it a crack. It didn't. Oh, it's Control-G. Let's do that. We'll get there eventually. I'm just learning.